I'm Samantha Clayton, and this is a beginner post-workout stretch. It's important after your workout to always stretch your muscles. This is my training partner, Julie, and let's start by stretching out the wrists and the calves at the same time. I love my combo exercises. So let's sit back, pull the toe forward, and then hold on to one hand and pull the wrist back. A lot of the exercises that we do, such as plank and push-up, really involve the wrists. And so I think it's really important that after every workout, you take time to stretch those muscles. Remember, pull the toe towards the shin so that you feel that stretch in the calf. And now let's push ourselves forward, coming up onto the toes. And now let's pull the wrist gently towards you. Staying up on the toes, really feeling that stretch in the calf muscles. You want to hold each stretch for 10 to 15 seconds each one. It's plenty. And then you want to just switch sides. What you do on one side, you must always do on the other to stay balanced. So start out pulling the toe back, hand in front, and again, just gently pulling back on the fingers and pulling the toe towards the shin. You should really start to feel that stretch in the back of your leg. I even feel it in my hamstring a little. And then gently rock forward, going back up onto the toes, stretching the wrist in the opposite direction this time. It's great to spend a few minutes after every workout doing a cool down. Helps to just get your mind ready for the rest of your day. Okay, so now bring your feet together. We're going to take one arm across the body to stretch out the shoulders and the back. Make sure that you hold above the elbow joint. We never want to push on our joints. So kind of holding onto your biceps, stretching one arm across the body. And you should really feel that stretch down the back of your shoulder. A lot of people have a tendency to shrug their shoulders up, but don't. Pull the shoulders down, extending the neck, feel that stretch. What you do on one side, you always do on the other. Open up and then cross over to the other side. Always feels good to stretch after a workout. Now another muscle that's used a lot with all our plank and push-ups is the triceps. So let's go ahead, take one arm over the back, holding just above the elbow. You want to try and extend the hand down the back. So you're using this top hand to gently push down. What you want to be aware of for this exercise is that you're keeping your chest lifted and that your hand is not pushing your neck forward. You want to be looking up in front. Then open up wide and then repeat on the other side. For some people, they're not very flexible in their shoulders, and that's okay. Just work with it one day at a time, a few seconds at a time. This is a great stretch to do while you're sat at your desk too. And now from here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take it to the floor and stretch out the lower body. So go ahead, sit down first, and then slowly roll out back. You want to have one leg straight, bend one knee, holding just below the knee. You want to go ahead and pull your knee into your chest and just hold right there. This is great for stretching out the hips. You should feel this stretch through the hips. You'll feel it through the hamstring. And also, if you pull in tight, you can feel a stretch in your upper back too. Go ahead, slowly release, put one foot down and then lift up the other. Go ahead and hug it as tight to your chest as you can. Keeping the toe flexed. Enjoy that stretch. Feel it in the inner thigh. And then you want to go ahead and roll over onto your side, because now we're going to stretch out the quad muscle. So roll onto your side, get comfortable. Go ahead, hold onto your foot, and you just want to gently, holding your foot, just pull back, and you should feel this stretch right down the front of your quad. Feel the front of your legs stretching out, especially if you've been doing squats. And then we're just going to go ahead. We're going to turn over onto our other side and go ahead and do that quad stretch on the other side. Really feel that stretch down the front of the thigh. If you want to deepen the stretch, go ahead and push your foot into your hand, and that will deepen the stretch. It's really important after every workout that you spend some time working on your flexibility with a cool down stretch.
¿Estás listo para aprender a hacer un calentamiento básico? Hola, soy Samantha Clayton, experta en acondicionamiento físico y exatleta competitiva. Estoy trabajando con Herbalife para ayudar a lograr una vida activa y saludable. El objetivo de un calentamiento es preparar el cuerpo para el ejercicio. Un calentamiento debe incluir estiramientos y movimientos dinámicos para que éstas simplemente preparen tu cuerpo para moverse. Mucha gente está perdida cuando se trata de qué hacer para su calentamiento. Por lo general, me gusta poner las articulaciones a través de una gama completa de movimiento y realizar movimientos similares a los que vas a hacer con tu ejercicio. He creado un calentamiento básico que me preparará para cualquier sesión de ejercicio. Hoy voy a trabajar con mi amiga Shilpa. Únete conmigo para hacer un calentamiento de pies a cabeza. Perfecto, vamos a empezar con el cuello. Es importante trabajar de arriba hacia abajo. Así que simplemente mira hacia abajo y poco a poco y con cuidado vamos a dar vuelta al cuello de un lado al otro, haciendo que sus ojos sigan la dirección en la que va. Y quieres suavemente aflojar los músculos del cuello. Uno nunca quiere inclinarse totalmente hacia atrás. Quieres proteger tu cuello y así con cuidado. ¿Cómo te sientes? Así desde el cuello lo tomaremos hasta los hombros. Así que, ¿por qué no empezamos a rodar los hombros? Y otra vez. Quieres comenzar con movimientos pequeños, simplemente rodando los hombros lentamente. Y luego aumentamos gradualmente los movimientos. Y luego quizá cambiemos. Buen trabajo. Ahora vamos a hacer círculos muy grandes. Y luego algunos en la otra dirección. Una vez más, nuestros ejercicios de calentamiento siempre deben de ser dinámicos. Nos estamos preparando para movernos. Así es que no dejes de hacer los estiramientos. Ahora abre tus brazos ampliamente y luego crúzalos alrededor de tu cuerpo. Buen trabajo. Y luego hazlo de nuevo. Totalmente abiertos y crúzalos. Ahora pon tus manos detrás de la cabeza. Lo que haremos es hacer suavemente los hombros hacia atrás y luego juntar los codos. Buen trabajo. De nuevo, lo mismo. ¿Sientes el estiramiento? Y a continuación, junta los brazos de nuevo. Repetiremos cada movimiento unas 4 o 5 veces. Lo único que harás es preparar suavemente tu cuerpo para el ejercicio. ¿Te sientes bien? Pasemos a la espalda. Cruza las manos sobre tu cuerpo y luego inclínate ligeramente hacia adelante. Después vuelve a subir. Luego pon las manos sobre tus muslos y luego jala tu espalda totalmente hacia arriba, casi como el estiramiento del gato. Y luego relájate. Y de nuevo, tira tus músculos de la espalda hacia arriba. Algo así, como el estiramiento del gato y de la vaca, pero haciéndolo de pie. Esto relajará los músculos de tu espalda. Conforme inhala aire, estira bien la espalda, de la cabeza a los pies. Así que hemos ido del cuello hasta los hombros, el pecho y la espalda. Ahora vamos a trabajar la parte inferior del cuerpo. Haz unos movimientos circulares de cadera suaves para preparar las caderas. Solo haz algunos de un lado y luego otros del otro lado. Buen trabajo. Buenos movimientos. Y luego trabajaremos los tendones de la corva. Simplemente levanta el pie y luego toca el piso de nuevo. Levanta la rodilla y toca el piso de nuevo. Hazlo algunas veces para empezar a preparar los glúteos y empezar a preparar las piernas. ¿Te sientes bien? Calentándote poco a poco. Perfecto. Ahora pasaremos a más movimientos de pierna. Comencemos con un poco y luego conforme progreses, levanta un poco más la pierna suavemente. Y los llamo oscilaciones dinámicas de piernas. Lo hacemos mucho antes de empezar a correr. Puedes hacerlo antes de cualquier calentamiento, de cualquier ejercicio. Lo que hizo con un lado, debe hacerlo del otro. Así que cambia de lado, empieza a levantar y a tocar el suelo de nuevo. Cada vez que desafías tu equilibrio, realmente estás trabajando los músculos del abdomen. Buen trabajo. Así que ahora que empezaste a trabajar un poco los abdominales, ahora convierte esto en un pequeño balanceo de pierna. Si no logras mantenerte en un buen equilibrio, no te preocupes. Simplemente busca algo cercano para sostenerte. Pero parece estar funcionando bien, por lo que estás haciendo bien. Luces perfecto. Buen trabajo. Y ahora trabajaremos más el tendón de la corva. Levanta la rodilla hacia el pecho, hasta arriba, manteniendo la espalda derecha y ahora hacia abajo. Y cambia de lado. El estiramiento trabaja el tendón de la corva y también los glúteos. ¿Se siente bien? Y luego simplemente cambia de lado. Cada movimiento, quizá 8 a 10, es suficiente. 8 a 10 veces, cambia constantemente de pierna. Una vez más, el abdomen participa para lograr el equilibrio. Buen trabajo. Queremos que el abdomen trabaje todo el tiempo. Con esto se forman los six-packs. Buen trabajo. Ahora vamos a calentar los cuádriceps con unas sencillas sentadillas. Con los pies y los dedos apuntando hacia adelante te sentirás como si estuvieras sentado en una silla. Pero empieza con movimientos pequeños usando los brazos. Y luego, cuando te sientas cómodo, siéntate un poco más abajo y estira tus brazos un poco más. Porque de esta manera estarás estirando los músculos del pecho. Estás trabajando todos los músculos de los glúteos, el tendón de la corva y los cuádriceps. Así que recuerda, al hacer las sentadillas, siéntate siempre sobre los talones. Otro estiramiento para los glúteos. ¡Perfecto! Levanta una rodilla y sosténla. Y luego simplemente estira todo el cuerpo. Intenta de nuevo mantener el equilibrio y procura sentir el estiramiento, justo en la parte exterior del glúteo. Repite con el otro lado. Así que de nuevo, en cada movimiento encuentra tu punto de equilibrio. Levanta, estira y vuelve a bajar. Cambia de lado otra vez. Una vez más, asegúrate de no estar torciendo el cuerpo. Debes sentirte bien al mantener el equilibrio. Siéntelo en los glúteos. Buen trabajo. Ahora, una vez terminados todos los estiramientos, empezarás a aumentar el ritmo cardíaco, haciendo algunos saltos. Son mis ejercicios de calentamiento favoritos. Hagamos lo mismo. Empecemos con movimientos pequeños y luego aumentamos gradualmente conforme avancemos. Así que empieza a hacer saltos de tijera muy pequeños y vas a aumentarlos gradualmente. Excelente trabajo. ¿Cómo se siente? ¿Se siente bien? Una vez más, con los saltos de tijera, mantenemos nuestros abdominales firmes, siempre centrándonos en la forma y luego asegúrate de que tus brazos y tus pies se abran cada vez con más amplitud. Así que después de tu calentamiento, espero que te sientas lleno de energía y listo para hacer ejercicio. Recuerda que cada quien es diferente, así que pasa más tiempo trabajando en las áreas de tu cuerpo que sientas más tenso. ¡Buen trabajo!
Hi, I'm Samantha Clayton. I'm here with Julie. This is a beginner warm-up. It's low impact, low intensity to get you ready for exercise. So let's go. Feet are apart. We're just going to warm up the shoulders, just one arm around at a time. Starting to get your breathing right, setting your intention for your workout ahead. Nice big arm circles. And let's switch sides, switch arms. The aim of a warm-up is just to get your blood flowing, get your heart rate up, and get your muscles ready for the workout ahead. 3 more times around. And then let's move into a shoulder press. So hands are by your shoulders. You're going to push up and down, up and down. So you're not pushing right up overhead, you're just pushing slightly out in front. Just warming up those shoulders. Our next exercise is going to warm up your triceps. So now, arms are into the side and just push the arms back. Stretching out the triceps. And as we go through, our movements get bigger, your blood starts flowing. Now let's warm up the sides of the body. So feet are apart, one hand's on the thigh. We're just going to reach over and reach back. We'll warm up one side first and then the other. You can have a slight bend in the knees if you need to. And you can always use your hand to support your weight if you're not used to doing sideways movements. Let's just do one more to this side and switch sides. As you go through, you'll start to feel your breathing will increase. and you'll start to feel the sides of your body stretching out. Now our next exercise is to stretch out the back and the calf. So bring your feet together. You want to stretch out the calf muscle and round out the back. Come back to standing. Rounding out at the back, eyes are looking at the floor. And then you're pulling that toe towards your shin to feel a stretch down your calf. Keep it going. Now let's go back to warming up the center of the body with a simple pivot. Feet are apart, arms are out front. We're just going to turn to one side, turn to the other. Turn to one side and the other. Always remembering to pivot on that back foot to protect those knees. Just give me 2 more times. Now hands are on the hips. We're just going to come up onto the toes, back down onto the heels. Warming up the calf muscles, warming up the ankles. And then we're going to get your heart rate up. Simple side step. We're going to step from one side, then to the other. Feel like you're dancing, getting it going, just getting the heart rate up. Just simple movement, side to side. Now we can add in a knee pull. One side, then the other. Just pulling the knee up and down. Now let's work on that quad a little more and just step to the side, hamstrings and quads. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the top and work on your coordination by combining a few of those moves together. So let's go with our windmill. Arms are out front, both arms this time. Bigger, faster movement, second time through. This time we're going to do the shoulders and the triceps at the same time. So hands come in, we push up and back, up and back. Second time through, bigger movements here, stretching as high as you can, reaching out back. Let's warm up the sides of the body again, one side then the other, over and back. Really reaching a little bit further each time. Let's go back to that calf stretch, opening up the back. Heel comes forward. This time, bigger movement. Really stretch out the chest. If you've been sitting down all day, this exercise is perfect to get the blood flowing through your legs, opening up the chest and back. Let's go back to that upper body pivot. Let's look a little more athletic this time. Little lower. One side then the other. Let's go back up onto the toes. Hands on hips, up onto the toes. Here we go. And now let's go into our side step. A little bit faster this time. Getting a little lower, a little bit more athletic. Let's add in that knee drive. Moving into our last move now. We're going to go into our hamstring tap back. So here we go, tap back. Lifting that foot up behind, touching with the hand, warming up the sides of the body and the hamstrings. That's it, warm up is over. You should now be ready for your workout, or you can repeat this warm up a few times through and use it as your workout. I'm Samantha Clayton, and this is a beginner upper body workout where you're using your own body weight. And I'm here with Dane. We're going to work out. Arms are out. Let's start with iso circles. So just really tiny circles. Arms are stretched out wide. And just really small circles, keeping those muscles tight, keeping your core tight. Start out with forward. And then what we're going to do is palms go down and reverse. Really isolating those shoulder muscles. For today's workout, we're going to do about 12 of each exercise and then repeat each one through for a second set. So our next exercise takes us down to the floor in what's called tabletop position. So get onto your hands and knees on your mat. You want to make sure that your wrists and shoulders are in a nice straight line, and the same with the hips and the knees. Brace your core, and then you're just going to walk your hands out about 4 paces, hold for a second, and then walk back. This exercise is great for isolating the shoulders and the core. So walk it out and back in. No sagging in the hips. Make sure you keep that core nice and tight so you keep that nice straight line. The stronger you get, the further you'll be able to walk out and support your body weight. Keep it going. One more time, and then we'll move into our next exercise now, which is a modified push-up. So you can do it on your knees like me, or Dane is going to be up on his toes. So if you're strong, go with him. If not, with me. Hands are out to the sides of the chest, core is tight, and we're going to drop the chest towards the floor and push back up. Now with this exercise, be sure to keep your eyes looking just in front of you to keep a nice neutral spine. Lower the chest, push back up. As you get stronger, you can move out of a modified position, but this is a great position to start with while you build that upper body strength. One more. And let's turn over for our next exercise. You're going to come into a seated position. And this is like a seated row. So your toes are up. You're going to brace your core. Both arms are out in front, make a fist. Pull one arm back, extend it forward. Other arm back, extend it forward, and then do both arms. That's one. This is great for working the core. And again, isolating those shoulders and back muscles. Really contract as you pull your arm back. We can do it without weights. You'll start to feel it the more reps that we do. But if you do have some water bottles or some weights at home, you can use them as well. Keep your core nice and tight. Keep it going. Eyes are looking forward, working the core. Just 2 more to go. And this last one, pull back, and then double. Now let's move on to our last exercise of this set. It's a tricep dip. You're going to put your hands, fingers are facing your booty, lift your butt up off the floor, and all we're going to do is isolate the triceps, dip down, push up, dip and push. So you'll really feel the backs of your arm, that tricep muscle really starting to work. And again, each one of these exercises engages your core the entire time. There you have, that's your 5-minute upper body workout. Try to do this routine 3 times through to really challenge your upper body strength. When you're ready, add in some weights. I'm Samantha Clayton, and this is a beginner lower body workout. Let's get started with squats. Feet are out wide, hip distance apart, air squats. We're gonna squat down, hips come forward. Each time you sit down, you need to focus on keeping your body weight in your heels. As you come forward, you drive your hips forward. Chest is up, chin is up, working the glutes, working the quads. One more. Our next exercise is a modified deadlift. We're going to place our hands on one thigh. All you're going to do, keeping a nice flat back, take your hands towards your knee, come back to the start. Tap back and come back. As a beginner, you keep that back foot on the floor, but as you start to improve with your balance, you can lift that one leg up behind. Let's do one more on this leg, switch legs. Down you go, and back up. Most important thing here is that you keep a nice flat back. You should feel it stretching down the back of your hamstring. Give me one more. Next exercise, forward lunges. Hands are on the hips. We step forward, lower the back knee to the floor, come back to standing. Alternating sides, keeping your back nice and straight. Lowering the knee down to the floor as far as is comfortable. Pushing back to standing. One more. Now our next move, we're coming up onto the calves here. So up onto the toes, back down, lateral. Up, down, lateral squat. This is great. It feels like you're working your entire body here. Start to feel it in the glute. Always remembering to breathe, remembering to sit back on those heels. As you come up onto the toes, you're really working your balance. One more each side. Now our last exercise is my favorite. Feet are just shoulders distance apart. We squat down and then we do a mini kick back. So kicking like a kick in the door. So squat down, kick back, squat down, kick back. And now move the hands towards the hips, really kicking back, isolating those glute muscles. Kick it back. Keep it going. One more. That's your lower body workout done. Repeat again if needed. Your heart rate should be up. You should be feeling it in your quads and your glutes.